and we'll go series by series. Now, the top the West is the Thunder with the 1 seed. The top the East are the Cavaliers. We'll start out West with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're the 1 seed. They'll have home court advantage through the West. They open against either the Grizzlies or the Mavericks, depending on who wins tonight. Let's just call them the 8 seed because it ain't going to matter.
That's true. It's like March Madness. You just treat them like that.
Yeah, they're the 8 seed. It's just we were filling out a bracket with the 8 seed. If you think the 8 seed upsets the Thunder, you say the 8 seed win. You get 2 teams. C-Cat, we're going to do team and how many games. And we'll just pick the opening round of the NBA right here. Thunder, Grizzlies, or Mavericks. I'm taking the Thunder, obviously. And I actually think that this is going to be a sweep. People are not as bold to pick sweeps these days. There's often times where you're like, gentlemen sweep. They'll steal a game here. They're feisty. I look at both the Grizz and the Mavericks. I look at the reporting around who might be available tonight. And I also look at the fact that the Thunder have a point to prove. This is not like the LeBron or Steph-led 1 seed. This is not a veteran-laden team that is going to put themselves on cruise control here and there. This ain't the Celtics either. The Thunder are defensively sound. They have an offensive threat in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, whose efficiency as a guard when it comes to scoring is literally only paralleled by some of the stuff we saw Michael Jordan do. That's how efficient he's been. That's how good he's been. Give me the Thunder in a sweep, and I'm not even going to think twice about it. C-Cat, what do you have in the first round there?
I love disagreeing with you, but I don't at all. The Thunder, until they prove otherwise to me, and I root for the Thunder. I like the Thunder. I spent 2 years covering sports in Oklahoma, so I've got a little bit of attachment there. I think that the Thunder will be regular season tryhards, and they got these records, and they made this reputation, and I think that a 1 seed versus 8 seed is an extension of that.
Yeah.
They're going to bully the little kid in class. And whether it's the Mavericks or the Grizzlies, when you look at the rest of the West, they're going to bully that little kid, that little 8 seed. Thunder in a sweep.
Thunder sweep. They got a point to prove still. And they've got the pieces to do so. Let's go to the 4-5 matchup out west. The Nuggets, the 4 seed, they have the home court advantage against the Clippers. But as we know, 4-5 matchups in the West, or excuse me, in the NBA in general, these things are generally coin flips. Issue with this series is no Jamal Murray. Likely, how long does Kawhi Leonard last? How long does James Harden care about basketball? Is Zubac really a thing, or is Jokic going to abuse him? Remember, Jokic just said you might have woken up a demon, right? This is maybe sometimes the demon is awakened in the darkness or something like that. I forget what he said, but damn it, it was intimidating.
The Bane quote?
Something. It was crazy. You got to look it up. I don't have it. We'll find it maybe later. All I know is that's a man on a mission. A lot of people picking the Clippers here. I'm actually just going to go with best player in the series and also guy who has not let me down in the playoffs year after year. Give me Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. Give me a 7-game series, though. They'll win Game 7 at home in Denver.
I am an NBA playoff viewer, head and shoulders more than I am an NBA regular season viewer.
Oh, you'll hate the Clippers then.
That being said, I know Jamal Murray is a different basketball player when he is in the playoffs, and the fact that you said he's not going to be available, that makes me go Clippers. I'm going to go Clippers in 6.
And that's the thing. It's hamstring issues with Jamal Murray, right? He's had knee issues in the past. His availability is up in question. You got the Clippers. I still got the Nuggets. I think Jokic just dominates this series. It's going to be one of those will wins. He'll will that team to victory game in and game out. I think they'll think they can single cover him with Zubac, and I think that you can do that for a game. You could do that maybe for 2 games. That's going to be tough for a 7-game series. He's going to have his way. So we got our picks on wax right there. 2 more series to pick here in the West. 3 versus 6. We already talked about it earlier. Lakers, Timberwolves. The Lakers have the 3 seed and home court advantage. They've also got the talent disparity in their favor. If you look at Luka, you look at LeBron, Reeves. People love Reeves these days. But don't sleep on them Timberwolves as a 6 seed, C-Cat. Like, we just saw them in the Western Conference Finals last year. They were a couple of games away from actually going to the NBA Finals. Anthony Edwards has a point to prove as well.
They're the apple of your eye.
I know. He backs down to no man, too. My guy, Ant-Man. He's not afraid of the fight. Julius Randle ain't afraid of the fight. This is also a revenge spot for him. Julius Randle versus the Lakers. Plus, Rudy Gobert, if you have even a semblance of a spine, you have to take it personal, the things Luka Doncic has been saying ahead of this matchup. Forgive me for going with my heart here, but I got the Timberwolves winning this one, and I'm going to go Wolves in 6. I think they get it done at home. Again, they do not have home court, so Game 6 will be in Minneapolis at the Target Center. Give me the Timberwolves pulling this thing out. A disappointing early into the Lakers season, despite how great they are. And remember, C-Cat, just a month and a half ago, I was saying the Lakers can win the title.
Wow.
That's how strongly I still believe in what the T-Wolves can do.
With less X's and O's analysis, I envision that we get Golden State Lakers at some point this postseason, and there is a path there if the Lakers make it past the Timberwolves, so I believe they will do so in 6 games.
That's what the NBA wants. It's just like Patino versus Calipari, second round of the NCAA tournament. The NBA wants Lakers-Warriors. The NBA wants one more version of LeBron v. Steph. That's what we all want, and that's why I think Anthony Edwards is going to upset the apple cart. Last series in the West, Rockets-Warriors. Rockets the 2 seed, Warriors the 7 seed. The Warriors 4-0 against the Rockets in the postseason, dating back to the Warriors dynasty. We remember all those series between 2015 and 2019. This is a new-look Rocket squad. It's a totally new-look Warriors squad with Jimmy Butler. This one was hard for me. Again, the Warriors, another team that I think can win the title. Another team that I actually have a little skin in the game for them to run the table here in the West. But as I root for Jimmy and the Warriors to get it done, I do think that they will upset me in the end. The Houston Rockets, headed by Ime Udoka, who, by the way, has got a bone to pick. This is a revenge spot for Ime Udoka as well against the Warriors. This is a Dylan Brooks revenge spot against Draymond Green. Amen Thompson, the second-year guard for the Houston Rockets, had his way with Steph Curry just a few weeks ago, limiting him to 1 for 10 in 33 minutes, 3 points for Steph. I think Houston has all the dogs to get it done. Fred VanVleet has beaten the Warriors in the finals before with the Raptors. Why not winning an open and round game when you have home court advantage? I like Rockets in 7 here. That was a long-winded answer, but Rockets in 7. That's crazy.
Got a lot more content than I've got. I've got what I said 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, you got
We're going to get Lakers-Warriors, so I'm going to take the Warriors. The Warriors are minus 200 favorites as the 7 seed against the 2 seed Rockets. I'm going to follow the money, and I'm going to follow Steph Curry to the promised land, the second round at least.
There's a reason they're favorite. They are much better after the All-Star break. And, what changed? Oh, they just inserted playoff Jimmy, who dropped like 58 points in the play-in game.
I'm going to take the Warriors in 6 games, though. It'll be fun.
Okay, cool. Let's take it out east. The Eastern Conference first round, the 1 seed is going to be the Cavaliers. They've had a historic year post-LeBron. Best year without LeBron ever. They're going to host either the Heat or the Hawks. Who cares who they're hosting? Both of these teams actually suck, especially when it comes to postseason play against a team like that. And again, the Heat don't suck. I'm sorry. That was harsh. I'm just mad.
Yeah, that was a little bit aggressive.
I'm mad. All right, this is what I'll say. If it's the Heat, Cavs win in 5. If it's the Hawks, the Cavs get the sweep. I can't. The Heat don't get swept.
I am picking the funniest possible scenario, which is the Heat winning tonight, playing the Cavaliers, and the Heat beating the Cavs in 7. Because it would make this radio station very uncomfortable, because we have Theo Dorsey, who has been tank, wants everything for the worst in this regular season and postseason for the Miami Heat. He wants them to get a better draft pick, and a host of the 4 to 6 show is a Cleveland homer who's been riding that bandwagon all the way home. To have the Heat beat the Cavaliers when both of our hosts who root for either of those teams would both be very unhappy, that would be hilarious. Give me the Heat beating the Cavs in 7 games.
I actually like that, and it's funny. You're right. I'll be a little bit upset. But when I look at the rest of the bracket here, how the bracket would shape out in the East region.
Because them winning that series would change your opinion about the team. It would have to. You'd get another sample size.
Now, if they win the series because the Cavs, war of attrition thing happens, like the Raptors beat the Warriors in the finals in 19, and it's just like, so it's just Garland now? Then I won't be as happy. If they beat the full-strength Cavaliers somehow, hey, I've never felt euphoria.
You're going to be wearing that Tyler the Hero jersey next week.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks from now.
I'd be back bought in. But also, I look at the rest of the bracket, and I think the Heat could beat the Pacers or Bucks. I do think the Heat, especially if they can beat the Cavs, why not the Pacers or Bucks, whoever comes out of that series. And then all you got to do is beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Sounds familiar. Don't get me started. Don't do that. The Cavs are going to win. 4-5 in the East, Pacers, the 4 seed, the Bucks, the 5 seed, the News. Damian Lillard's back.
Nice.
He's back from his thigh thrombosis. He had like a vein issue.
Okay.
Vein issue in the thigh. Apparently he's cleared.
Water under the bridge.
Medical miracle. I'm not sure how ready he'll be to go. I'm not sure how quickly he'll get into the series, but he is available at some point. Kyle Kuzma's with the Bucks now. Got Bobby Portis back in the lineup.
Oh,
I don't
Bobby
know, man.
Porter? Okay, Portis,
yeah.
I'm in.
So I'm saying the Pacers are the better team, but the Bucks have Giannis. I got to go with the Bucks here, bro. Am I really going to pick a team headlined by Tyrese Halliburton over Giannis Antetokounmpo? Like, I would never forgive myself.
It does feel disingenuous. That feels like a pick to go for the shock value.
Yeah.
And for the I know ball, you don't. You just look at names. But at the end of the day, the NBA is about the stars.
When the Dame news got announced, the odds shifted. The Pacers were favored to win the series with home court advantage. When the Dame news was announced, the Bucks became the favorite on Hard Rock Bet. I have the Bucks. Dang, this is going to be a tough one. You know what? They don't have anybody that's going to be able to stop Giannis consistently to me. Miles Turner can't do it. Pascal Siakam can't do it. Give me the Bucks in 5.
All right.
That's aggressive.
In 49.
That's aggressive. That's how you make a pick. With your heart. That's how you answer a question, Aaron Rodgers. Not, I don't know if football, that's an interesting. Nah, damn it, I'm playing.
Well, how I make a pick, use a cliche. In 49 states, it's just basketball, but in Indiana, it's everything. Give me the Pacers to win in 7 games. We actually have entertaining first-round matchups where I am of the opinion we should shorten these first-round series to 5 games instead of 7. We have interesting matchups here. Yeah.
Why would you want to shorten the series if it's more interesting?
We normally have uninteresting first-round games, but now, no, we actually have series that will go
7.
Outside of just the 1 versus 8s, we actually have interesting series that can see some fights being taken up.
Even more interesting, staying in the East, the 3-seeded Knicks hosting the 6-seeded Pistons. Hey, things will get really testy out there in New York if the Pistons are able to upset those Knickerbockers. Now, Detroit has not won a playoff game since 2008. Do you think that's going to make me nervous at all, C-Cat?
No, I'm going to convert my religion to Cade Cunningham.
I love me some Cade Cunningham. I have ever since he was at Oklahoma State. I have ever since he's gotten into the league. I know he had a little injury problems early on. Love me some Cade Cunningham. Love me some J.B. Bickerstaff. Asor Thompson as well, man. I can't do it, though. I can't do it. But I will. Pistons in 7, baby. Give me the Pistons. Detroit basketball. I'm rocking.
Apparently, Tom Thibodeau is still doing Tom Thibodeau things and running the tread off the tires of his players. He runs like 6 or 7 guys out there for the entirety of the game. And I think that that's going to catch up to him in playoff basketball.
Yes.
I think when both sides of the game are much more intense and active and strenuous, everyone's playing defense, I think it's really going to hurt the Knicks. I'm not going to count on their health withstanding a series with Detroit. I'm also going with the Pistons. It's only going to take 5 games.
Wow. I like Stewie to bully Cat, and I like Cade Cunningham to outperform Jalen Brunson. I think but this time next year, Cade Cunningham, we're going to definitively say is better than Jalen Brunson. It's a little tough to say these days, people to get on your case, but give me Cade over Brunson. He'll be the best player in the series. All right, last series out east, the 2-seeded Celtics, the 7-seeded Magic. Can I do it?
No, you can't. I think it's Magic.
I can't do it.
I don't care if it's Paolo. Yeah. Is he healthy? He's playing Paolo Banchero?
Yeah, Paolo Banchero's playing.
I just got to ask that question first before I said that's the only guy they got.
Yeah. Right. That's good. That's a good question to ask. I can't do it.
I am going to reject you doing that. I won't take your word as gospel.
Here's what I will say. It's a more than 0% chance that the Magic sweep the Celtics.
So there is a alternate universe out there.
Not alternate, this universe. It can happen. All they got to do is outscore them 4 times in a row.
That's true. That's all it takes.
It's not crazy. They've done it. They've done it in the regular season. The Celtics will win this one. I don't like the Celtics, though. I mean, that's obviously the point I'm making here. I don't like the Celtics. I don't want to pick them. Can I abstain? I'm abstaining from this.
All right, I'm going to take that as a Celtics win the series because it hurts too much to say it out loud. I love the Celtics. I love the Celtics in 5.
The Magic are young. They are ferocious on defense. And at one point in his life, Paolo Banchero was mistaken for Patrick Mahomes. If that's not enough to do it, what is? And there you have it, our NBA playoffs first-round picks. I think that went well.
Yeah, I think we have more interesting series this year is what I was getting at than years past, in the first round at least.
Yes. So if you look at the history of the NBA, on average, there's 15 playoff series, right, every single year. 15 playoff series from the beginning on to the finals. On average, underseeded teams have won 4 out of those 15 series. It's rare. It's rare for underdogs, teams that don't have home court advantage, to actually upset another team and win the series. Last year, we saw 6 out of 15 underseeded teams win. And over the past decade or so, there's been a spike past that number of 4. It happens more often than not. You're going to get a lot more underseeded teams winning. Number one, because there's been a deprioritization of the regular season. Teams don't care what their record is. Number two, you're looking at an NBA where the weight of what is moved at the trade deadline is so much more impactful than years past. Look at this year alone. Luka Doncic is on the Lakers now. Now, I know that they rose to the 3 seed, but they were a game or 2 away from being the 6 seed, and they could be the ones without home court advantage. Luka on the Lakers, totally different team. Jimmy Butler's on the Warriors now. Their record post-All-Star break is like 2nd in the league. But they're the 7 seed. That's why they're favored against the Rockets. They probably are the better team. I just think the Rockets could maybe shut Steph Curry out of the series. And if they are able to shut Steph Curry out, not out of the series, you're never going to stop him totally. But you do have the weaponry to make it very tough on him. Rockets-Warriors is going to come down to the referee's whistle. How aggressive, how physical can they get with Curry before they get into foul trouble? And that'll be what decides it. And what I'm predicting is the refs let them play a little bit. So, again, for the NBA action, those are our postseason picks. I do see more upsets happening this year. You say you like it. There's a lot more thrill around the action. I like it as well.